Hey, what's going on? If you want to get a complete system that makes melting fat easy and is 100% automated, then I want you to go to the link that's on the bottom of your page right now. YouTube doesn't let me make that link clickable, so you're gonna actually have to type it into your browser, or I also put the copy of the link in the description, so you can click on that or type it into your browser. All right. For now, enjoy the video, and after you're done with this video, make sure to go to that link to get a complete fat melting system.
So right now, we're going to break down our striking stance and then followed up with a couple cool punches, the two most basic but the most effective punches, which is our jab and our cross. And I'm going to break it down. Let's get into our stance. Stance is your most important thing. One, if you don't have a good stance, you're not going to be as fast, as strong. If you're off balance, you can't punch as hard, you can't move as fast, and you're really going to get hurt or get hit if you don't have a good stance. So stance is the base of everything. You know, all these advanced punches and these cool strikes and all that stuff. If you have no stance, you can't really throw those punches, and you can't do them effectively. If you ever seen good fighters like Anderson Silva, I mean, it's like he does magic tricks, like he'll move and hit you, but he always has a good stance. That's why he can like move into different angles and hit people out of all these crazy angles, because he's always ready to strike. So we want to make sure we're like that. And I'm going to break down our stance and some of the crucial details we got to make sure we pay attention to. So if you're right-handed, you're going to step with your right leg back, and if you're left-handed, you're going to step with your left leg back. All right. I'm right-handed, so I'm going to stand orthodox. The other position is called southpaw, but I'm an orthodox fighter. So the first thing you want to do is get your feet about shoulder width apart, stand like you're waiting at the bus stop. This is the best analogy you've ever heard. Just waiting for the bus stop. You're going to take your right leg, you're going to step it back, twist your feet 45 degrees, bring your hands up, make a fist. When we make a fist, fingers curl, thumb goes over top, okay? Fingers curl, thumb goes over top. When we're hitting, we want to always try to strike with these two big knuckles right here. Right, these two big knuckles. We don't want to hit with these littler knuckles. They break a lot easier. So when we're punching, we always want to cut. We want to twist. So we hit with those two big knuckles. Now, last thing with our stance is I'm at 45 degrees, feet are shoulder width apart. I don't want my feet too close, and then I'm going to get tipped over or too far. And my back heel's off the ground. Okay, back heel is very important to be off the ground. There's only a couple cases where your back heel should be on the ground. Other than that, your back heel is always off the ground. We'll break down those scenarios later where a back heel hits the ground, but your back heel is always off the ground, because to move, if I want to move forward and my back heel is down, I need to pick my back heel up and then go forward.
Hey, what's going on? If you're enjoying the video so far, do me a huge favor and click on the like button below. You'll get your good deed for the day out of the way. It helps me out a lot. Also, go ahead and subscribe and leave a comment. Something as simple as good video or I enjoyed the video. It really helps me out with YouTube. Alright, here's the rest of the video.
Same thing with backwards. If I want to move backwards, my back heel's down, I need to pick it up and then move backwards. And it's a waste of time. So we want to be as quick as possible. So my back heel is off the ground so I can fire and move. Alright? So back heel off the ground, bus stop stance, step back, 45 degrees, back heel off the ground, make our fist, and all we're going to do is just throw them up chin, cheekbone, and I'm here. Okay? This is my stance. Elbows are down to protect my body, hands are up to protect my head, chin is down, okay? Not crazy down, just relaxed down, heads up, shoulders relaxed. This is my most comfortable stance. Your striking stance should be your most comfortable position. This should not be your most comfortable position. This right here, I can stay here all day. Back heel off the ground. I got space in between my legs. I'm not crossed over so I don't fall over. Cool? So, here, this is our basic stance. Now let's go over moving, because again, that's the most important thing, moving our stance. So moving, if I want to move forward, it's very simple moving. If we want to move forward, backwards, left, or right, we just step with that foot first. So if I want to move forward, I step with the forward foot first. If I want to move backwards, backward foot first. Left, left, right, right. It's very simple. So again, we move forward, forward foot steps. And then I follow up with the back foot. Backwards, backward foot steps, left, right. All right, if we move, and if I'm moving left and I bring my right foot in and then left foot, for this split second I'm right here, now I'm off balance, my feet are together, I can't throw all my strikes properly, all right? So you always want to be in your stance. So I move left, boom, and we take little steps. I take a big step, now I'm wide, right? Like a crab, just like a crab. So we got that down. Again, if I move 2 times, if I move left a lot, just left, right, right, left, right, left. So that's our stance. We can pivot, and we'll go into more detail later. But this is the most basic thing. Just bus stop, step back, 45, hands up, back heel always off the ground. We're moving. This is my stance right here. So it's very important that you practice your stance. Again, we have to have a base. Same thing when you make a car. You know, the body around it is just, you know, for looks, but the actual frame is what's you know, holding the whole car together and what makes it perform. So this is your frame, the stance. That's your whole frame for your striking, your self-defense. If you want to do competition, whatever it is, you want to make sure you stay in the stance, you get a good stance down. And again, the most important detail, the biggest mistake I see with the stance is your heel. Everyone stands with that back heel on the ground, and people that do even keep it off the ground, they'll step and they'll land it on the ground. That's a waste of time. We want to like minimize our waste and keep it like optimal performance. So whenever I'm seeing an opportunity to strike, I can fire that strike. Okay. So next, let's get into our first punch. We punch it pretty much. Everyone starts off learning. Floyd Mayweather started off learning this punch. Everyone starts off learning it. So I'm gonna demonstrate and I'm gonna break it down. So it's our jab. Jab is our longest range weapon, normally our fastest weapon. It's a range finder. It keeps the distance. It's normally not a damaging punch, but you can still knock somebody out with a jab. One of our fighters here, actually his first professional fight, he knocked out the guy in 8 seconds with just a jab. So it's still a very dangerous punch, but we use it a lot of times to keep the range and set up our big power punches like our crosses and our hooks and stuff. So let's break down the jab. Jab here. When we jab, all our power with all the strikes come from your legs. Okay, legs are where everything, all your power comes. Doesn't matter how big you are up top. It's your legs, and how you then next it's your legs, then it's your core, then it's your shoulder, then it's your arms. So triceps, they have very little effect on making you strike. All right, so that's the last little detail. So it's our legs. So that meaning we want to incorporate these legs whenever we strike. It's our biggest muscle. So when I do this jab, it's not just here. I want to use my legs, and the way we do this is we're gonna start off with the basics first. And I'm going to teach you one style of jabbing, and then later on we're going to learn different styles. Okay, there's a bunch of different styles for every punch, but this is a style I like to teach my students first. I see the best results from this. So when we do this jab, what I want you to do is pretend like you try to scare someone. Try to scare someone, you stomp that front foot. We're not really stepping, we're just stomping it. And that's what's getting our momentum going. Bah! So I'm trying to scare someone. At the same time I'm trying to scare someone, I'm firing this jab straight out, twisting to hit the two big knuckles, and then bringing it straight back in. So I'm going to scare them. Bah! And I'm popping through my shoulder. Boom, I'm twisting. All right? Right hand stays up. Jab. Again, back heel's off the ground. Jab. Jab. And it goes straight out, straight back. It's very important. Okay, so let's go over a couple of details, a lot of little mistakes that people miss. One, when we throw this jab, you have to keep your right hand up. When you're punching somebody, odds are that they're going to want to punch you back, and we don't want to get hit. So when you throw this jab, I want to make sure I don't do something like this. I want to keep it touching my cheekbone. When you're just starting off, you want to try to always make sure your hands are touching your cheekbone. Because as long as you can feel them there, you're good. You know that they're there. But if you're always here, sometimes they're going to slowly work their way down, and we're building bad habits. And when you're first starting off, it's very important to keep those good habits going, so we never learn bad ones, and we only know our good ones. So hand up. We don't want to come here. We want jab. Okay? The other important detail is when we throw this jab, again, we're firing off at our feet. The other important one is when we throw it, we sometimes get out there really good, hit our target, boom, and we bring it back like so. We want to get it out there as fast as possible and get it in even faster because we don't want to get hit. You know, more importantly than knocking somebody out is not getting knocked out. Because if